Mata Daimon, and welcome to Demonosophy. Some thoughts to share today on the question of what can I do right now for myself? What's the best thing that I can do for my future? Regardless of whether I'm looking for a second awakening or a Kundalini awakening, or just to come into a more conscious state, to find objective consciousness, to come into being, whatever it is. What's the best thing to do for all those things? And the first thing is, you have to connect with that deep wish, a wish for something more than this thing or that thing. So if you're still at the level of sorcery, I want to cast a spell to get a job or to get even with someone or something like that, then you're not there yet, and what I'm talking about here is not probably going to be of any interest to you. This communication is for what lies beyond that. Sometimes we do all those things. We have needs. We want this or that, and we might come back to it again in the future. This doesn't mean that, oh, you have to never ever want anything again, or that you have to give anything up. You don't have to give up anything. But what you need to try and see and try to feel is the wish that is behind that. And maybe there's not. It's okay. If you've stuck with me this far, though, then you've probably already caught a glimpse of it, if not fully embraced it. Because, you probably have noticed that I don't spend a lot of time on this podcast talking about spells or giving workshops on, what this means or what that means. It's not my bag. I have respect for a lot of people who do that. I have a lot of friends and associates who create that sort of content, and it is what it is. But it's not my niche. I think everyone's aware of that. But let's say that you've connected with this wish, that you realize that there's a difference between wish and want, and the things that you want or the things that it wants are attained and then lost, or they're replaced by a new want. There's always another want, and there's always an end to the things that we gain from our wants. There's always a passing on. We begin to see this in time. And if you've connected with that wish, that deep wish for presence, for permanence, to see things as they really are, then the best thing that you can do immediately, starting right now, is to adopt a sitting stillness practice, or collection practice, or a meditation practice. And we could talk about the miraculous sorts of things that can be unlocked by this after continued over a certain amount of time, a significant amount of time. But you don't need to look deeply for gurus, for examples for this kind of thing. There's lots of them. David Lynch, Jerry Seinfeld are all advocates of the same thing that I'm talking about. Where do they believe it leads? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. But they're all advocates for it. So you don't need to have like any kind of like faith or belief that something miraculous will happen from it. You just need to start doing it. And the thing that motivates you to do that, because a lot of people find it hard, even if you have that wish, they find it hard to start doing it on a daily basis. And the thing that helps keep you going is something called remorse of conscience. And that's connected with that seeing and realization and admitting that those things that it wants are all temporary. This isn't to mean, this is not, I'm not preaching Buddhism here. I don't believe all the world is an illusion. And it's unnecessary to make those sort of intellectual presumptions about reality. Smartest thing to say about reality is that it's really big and it's beyond my comprehension. And I just maybe see bits and pieces of it at a time. I get a lot of things wrong, but I know that things don't last. And I have remorse about things that have happened. And this can provide you great energy for work. Because it's that need that connects with that deep wish. And that sense, remorse of conscience, it'd be your guide. You could let it guide you. It can be the fire. The fire that moves you forward. The fire from the suffering. That bakes the water and flour of your inner world and crystallizes it into something that cannot die. So if you can't think of anything else to do, just embrace that wish. And while you're at it, stay true. Go against the grain and keep the dark fires burning.